Hailing from the great cold state of Alaska, I am the Frozen Gamer. Today I want to talk to you guys about Destiny 2 and why it is that I believe character progress should move forward from Destiny 1. Now, I want to be clear about this. This is not me saying that I absolutely think this has to happen, but I am giving basically my point of view here, why it is that I think it would be beneficial to everyone who's been playing Destiny for all the progress to move forward. And I will also be making a second video which will be discussing why it is that character progress should actually restart for Destiny 2. So first of all, going into why character progress should move forward for Destiny 2. The biggest reason, number one, is the simple fact that people have put in anywhere from hundreds to thousands of hours into Destiny 1. Now, for those of us who have been playing since year one, there are definitely people who have been playing longer than I have by far. Some people have been playing since the beta. There are probably even a select few who have been playing since the alpha. Those people have put in probably thousands upon thousands of hours into the game, whether they have simply just stuck with the same characters, or they've deleted characters and restarted and put more hours into a new character. I mean, there's so much time that has been put into these games, and it just feels like with all this investment that's been put in, it definitely makes sense to bring that progress forward into the sequel. And so with all those hours put in, there's also been a lot of different types of gear earned. Now, there are definitely some things that are much less elusive than they used to be in year one. Things like the Gjallarhorn, which now you can actually get through a quest in year 3 content, and the Thorn as well. Similarly, there are just a number of guns that are a lot easier to get through engrams, which you can get more easily through the 3 of coins. But even still, there are definitely a lot of us who have stories and have special memories attached to obtaining certain very rare guns. Whether it was me obtaining my very first exotic in the Vault of Glass raid, which was Mida Multi-Tool, or if it's someone who earned a Gjallarhorn from the very first day that they played. I mean, there's all sorts of different ways that people have earned these exotics, all different ways that they have memories attached to this game. And one of the big things about this is that with all of this time put in, with all of this gear earned over the course of the past 3 years, this is a way to encourage veterans to just keep playing, because there are many of us who truly love this game, and there are people who love it more than I do, who play far more than I do, don't even play other games. I mean, basically all they play is Destiny. Or, even if they play other games, Destiny is still the main course, where the other games are more or less dessert or appetizers. And so, with us veterans having the ability to carry our progress forward from Destiny 1, it just feels like all the time we've put in is actually more worth something, because we can continue to use it as we go on further and further and further as the years go on for Destiny as a franchise. Another reason why I see for year 1 for progress from Destiny 1 to move forward into Destiny 2 is that people who came in either in year 3 this year or came in year 2 with the Taken King may not have gotten enough. They may feel like it's too soon being cut off after a year or less of playing, or a couple of years of playing, and they want to be able to continue to take these characters forward that they put so much time into, so that they can actually continue to enjoy what Destiny is without having to stick with the original game. And that's definitely something to consider. I mean, like I said, I am a year 1 player. I started in January of 2014. No, that's not right. January of 2015. is when I started playing, and I have been a fan ever since. I was never a person who really played first-person shooters before that, or at least not first-person shooters on console, because I was never comfortable with using dual joysticks for aiming. But because of friends who were into the game, as well as a friend who I'd interviewed on the podcast before, who actually worked on the original game, did all the visual effects for it, for vanilla Destiny, that is. I was really interested in trying it out, and I gave it a shot, and it was well worth it, and it's become easily my favorite game on PlayStation 4. And so, for me, I've put in a lot of time into it, but there are people who haven't had the chance to experience as much, and they might feel like they still want more of what's already there before they move into all the new stuff. But the last thing that I really want to cover here that I think is a good reason to carry progress forward is that it opens the door for new subclasses with each of the main classes, with Hunter, Titan, and Warlock. And, as of yet, each class, so far every class has the 3 different archetypes, with Arc, Solar, and Void, and all 3 classes are excellent on each class. Some people like some classes more than others, but it would definitely be cool to bring in a couple new subclasses, or 3 new subclasses. I don't know what they would be exactly. I imagine they could probably have something related to maybe like Earth and Wind and Water, or something like that. That's just something off the tip of my brain that could potentially work, but it would be really cool to get new subclasses, to be able to experiment with new things, and not just to use the same things. Right now, typically I tend to switch between classes depending on what activities I'm doing. I'll most often use Sunsinger if I'm doing raids, but I'll often use any number of the 3 classes for Crucible, depending on whether I'm playing standard modes or if I'm playing something along the lines of Supremacy, in which case I actually like using Sunsinger better. But there's definitely the potential that they could bring in new subclasses, and these new subclasses would be great because we'd already have these characters that are powerful, that have great weapons, and coupled with that could be these new subclasses that give us opportunities to try out new things with these characters that we've already grown to love so much. Well, more or less, these Guardians that we've been using for so long. So what do you guys think? I want to hear what your thoughts are on the possibility of bringing forward the progress from Destiny 1 into Destiny 2. Right now, we haven't gotten any clear confirmation one way or the other whether progress is going to move forward or if it's going to be left behind. But I definitely am curious to hear what the rest of you Guardians out there happen to think about this. So until next time, this has been The Frozen Gamer, and I'll talk to you later.